A 6-year-old girl walked into a biker clubhouse at midnight and asked the strangest question, "Can I sleep here forever? I can't sleep at home anymore." The bikers figured maybe she had nightmares or was scared of the dark. They tried calling her parents to come get her, but when they helped her take off her jacket to get comfortable, they saw her back, 47 circular scars. All the same size, all perfectly spaced, like someone had been using her as an ashtray. Every single one was a cigarette burn, and the freshest ones were from that night. Her name was Emma Morrison, 6 years old, the smallest of 8 siblings. Her family lived on an isolated compound 10 miles outside town. Homeschooled, no neighbors, no outside contact, the kind of place where nobody knows what happens behind closed doors. Tonight had been what her parents called purification night. Emma couldn't take another one, so she ran, 3 miles in the dark, to the only place that looked safe, the building with all the motorcycles outside. Bull, president of the Iron Brotherhood MC, was locking up when she walked in, 6'3", covered in tattoos, beard down to his chest. But when he saw this tiny girl in a heavy winter jacket in the middle of July, his voice went soft. "Hey, sweetheart, you okay? Where are your parents? Can I sleep here?" Emma asked. "Forever?" "Why forever?" "Because I can't sleep at home anymore." Something in the way she said it made Bull's blood run cold. Bull called his wife Marie. She was a nurse, and a couple of the guys who lived nearby. They came over, brought some juice boxes and cookies, tried to make Emma comfortable while they figured out what was going on. Marie noticed the jacket first. "Honey, aren't you hot?" It was 95 degrees outside. Emma was sweating. "I can't take it off," she whispered. "Why not? You'll see the circles." Marie and Bull exchanged a look. Marie knelt down, kept her voice gentle. "Can you show me?" "I'm a nurse. I just want to make sure you're not hurt." Emma hesitated, then slowly lifted her shirt. 47 circular scars covered her back. Different healing stages, old white scars mixed with fresh red blistering. Doc, one of the members who'd been a paramedic, immediately started documenting. Took photos, examined each mark. His hands were shaking. Years of it. And these fresh ones? Hours old. Bull pulled out his phone, dialed 911 with one hand while Marie wrapped Emma in a blanket. Emma explained it simply, matter of fact, like it was normal. "Mommy and Daddy burn away my sins," she said. "When I'm bad, I get purified. Tonight I talked back at dinner. 3 purifications. She didn't even know it was wrong. In her world, this was just what parents did." Bull's jaw clenched so hard Marie heard his teeth grind, but he kept his voice calm. "Emma, do you have brothers and sisters?" She nodded. 7. "They're still at home." Bull's stomach dropped. "Are they okay?" "They get purified too. Sarah gets it the most. She's 16. Bull looked at Doc. At Marie. 7 more kids. 911's on their way, he said. "And when they get here, we're getting all your brothers and sisters out." Officer Rodriguez and CPS worker Janet Mills arrived in 45 minutes. The moment they saw Emma's back, Rodriguez was on his radio calling for backup. "We need an emergency warrant. Multiple child victims. 10 miles out at the Morrison compound." By 11 p.m., 10 police cars, 3 CPS vehicles, and 2 ambulances surrounded the isolated property. The parents were in their prayer room when officers kicked in the door. 7 children were found in locked bedrooms. Each one had scars. Sarah, the 16-year-old, had the most, over 200 burns accumulated over 12 years. All 8 children were malnourished. Education delayed. They'd been taught the abuse was God's will. Taught to hide the scars. Never tell anyone. Emma had broken that silence. The evidence they found was damning. A notebook labeled Sin Log documented every burn going back years. Emma, age 4, lied about eating cookie, 2 purifications. Sarah, age 10, complained about chores, 5 purifications. Religious texts with handwritten justifications. Boxes of cigarettes and lighters, bandages, photos the parents had taken documenting their children's scars like some twisted progress report. David and Ruth Morrison were arrested on the spot. 8 counts of child abuse. False imprisonment. When they were handcuffed, David actually said, "We were saving their souls. No bail. Flight risk. Danger to children." Emergency foster placements happened that night. Bull and Marie took Sarah and Emma. They already had emergency foster licenses from previous cases. The other 6 children went to vetted families. The siblings weren't separated, though. Policy kept them in contact. Monthly reunions at Bull's house. They'd been through hell together. They needed to stay connected. The Iron Brotherhood covered everything. Medical treatment, laser scar removal, therapy, over $120,000 total. They also set up a college fund, $250,000 split 8 ways. The trial came 6 months later. David and Ruth Morrison faced 8 counts each. All 8 children testified, most via video, but Emma and Sarah did it in person. Medical experts confirmed systematic extreme abuse. The sin log was entered as evidence, page after page of documented abuse. The jury took 4 hours, guilty on all counts, life without parole, both parents. In prison, word gets around about what you did. Inmates don't treat child abusers well. David and Ruth's time behind bars has been very, very difficult. That's all I'll say about that. The case sparked wider investigation. 3 other homeschool abuse cases were uncovered in the county, families who'd isolated their kids specifically to hide the abuse. Emma's story led to proposed legislation, annual medical checkups for all homeschooled children. Emma's law passed the state legislature 18 months later. It's now been adopted by 3 states. 2 years after the rescue, Bull and Marie officially adopted Sarah and Emma. The other 6 siblings remained with their foster families, but they were all basically one big extended family by then. 5 years later, Emma is 11, thriving in school, makes friends easily, loves art class. Sarah is 21, studying social work. She wants to help other kids who've been through what she went through. All 8 siblings are healthy, in regular contact, monthly family dinners with the foster families and bikers. Physical scars are fading with treatment. Emotional healing is ongoing but progressing. Emma speaks at child protection conferences now. Last week, she told an auditorium of social workers and teachers, "I asked if I could sleep there forever. Bull told me I could sleep safely anywhere now, because safe sleep isn't about the place. It's about being protected." She advocates for mandatory reporter training. Her testimony helped pass Emma's law in multiple states. The jacket she wore that night, the heavy winter coat in July that she used to hide her scars, is framed at the Iron Brotherhood clubhouse, not as a trophy, as a reminder that sometimes a 6-year-old running 3 miles in the dark to ask a simple question can save 7 other lives. Emma didn't ask to sleep there forever because she wanted to die. She asked because she wanted to feel safe, because home, the place that's supposed to be safe, was where the pain lived. Bull and Marie gave her that safety. So did 30 bikers who dropped everything that night to make sure a little girl and her 7 siblings never had to be afraid of bedtime again. 1 escape, 8 rescues, 2 life sentences, and 1 law that's protecting thousands of kids. All because a 6-year-old was brave enough to ask for help, and because the scariest looking guys in town turned out to have the biggest hearts.